All right, and welcome to another Reality Skewed Gamers live stream. And this is an impromptu live stream that we are doing because they just dropped some information on us, and we have to deal with it now. So, I am Finity, Reality Skewed Gamers, and
All right,
I am
and
joined
welcome to
by...
another Reality
I forgot to
Skewed
mute
Gamers
it.
live
No,
stream, and
God
this
damn it!
is
No, stop echoing me. God, sorry. Oh, people on the stream got an echo of me repeating myself because I forgot to mute.
Well, not so easy, is it, Dr.
I never
Finn?
said it was. Never said it
You
was.
son of a bitch.
I'm echoing from somebody else now.
Not me.
Is somebody not using headphones?
I hope it's not me.
I don't know who it is, but
Is it
somebody's. It may be. I don't know. I was echoing from
Okay.
somebody else. But welcome, guys, to another Reality Skewed Gamers live stream. We will be discussing what they just dropped, what you see on the screen, which is the new Road Ahead. And that was just posted by CG Carey. And so we will go through and tell you guys what is in the Road Ahead. We'll discuss as we go through all of this. And let's first introduce everyone here. The one that was mocking me that it wasn't as easy as it seems was Mr. Ranger J 1999. Say hi to the people.
That's Master of the Universe, Ranger J 1990, you scumbag.
All right, then. Somebody has an ego. Then we're going to go to Mr. the Ego himself, Mr. Big Deal Grande Patron.
What's up? What's up?
It's your boy,
It's your
Grande
boy.
Pappy Patron, coming from you from penitentiary. Where I just had my commissary. We got a top 10 list of the things I shivved this week.
God.
Okay. Maybe so. Oh, man.
Grande's good at shivving. Okay, so we are discussing the Road Ahead, and they just dropped the post, and so we'll go through the post, and we'll just talk about all of the different things that that are possible here. And so first off, again, CG Carey has been quiet for a little while, and now they have this post. So let's start going through this here.
Are you reading it?
I will read it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I will read it. I have it on the screen for all the peoples too. So, hello, Holotable Heroes. You've been asking where's the road ahead, and here it is. We are very excited to share the roadmap for the next couple months. So, without further ado, the first new feature is the Grand Arena. Big feature announcement to round out the year, the Grand Arena. Currently, you can be the best player in your server and dominate the PvP arena. Or you can be part of the best guild and defeat other guilds in territory wars. However, when we look forward at what we'd like this game to be in the future, a big part of our vision is to answer questions like who is the greatest player in all of Star Wars TM Galaxy of Heroes. I like the little TM there. Who is the greatest player in all of the galaxy? While we're still a few steps away from that future, we are excited to announce the first step towards that vision, which begins with the opportunity to play PvP across servers. Here's a little about what you can expect in the Grand Arena. At the beginning of the Grand Arena event, you'll be matched with 7 other players from across the game who have a galactic power score similar to your own. In the first round, you'll be matched up against a random player from your group to essentially fight a mini territory war. You'll then set up defenses to defend your own territory as well as attack your opponent's territories in an attempt to overcome their defenses. You'll earn banners for successfully attacking and defeating an opponent's territory, as well as defending your own territory. At the end of the battle, whoever has earned the most banners will be the winner. Each round, you'll be matched with other players who have the same win-loss record as you, and you'll never fight the same opponent twice in the Grand Arena event. You'll earn special rewards after each offensive battle you complete, at the end of each of the 3 rounds, and a final set of rewards at the end of the event based on your standing in the 8-player group. We hope you're excited to have an opportunity to show your expertise in the Grand Arena and look forward to sharing more details and the release schedule in the upcoming weeks. For your convenience, we'll track all communication about the Grand Arena here, and there's a link to the Grand Arena mega thread. We'll go there. When I went there earlier, there wasn't really much at the time, but we'll kind of just go there and skim through to see if there's anything new. But let's start with the Grand Arena. Grande, what do you think about the whole Grand Arena?
I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fun. I think that fighting against other people. I mean, what have they kind of said? It's kind of like It's kind of like a mini. What did they say? What they call it again?
Mini territory war. It's like an 8-man round robin mini territory war. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that sounds fun. But it sounds fun for guys that like that. Guys that don't like that, it may not be quite so much fun. Players. But who knows? Maybe it might get more players interested in GW. What to see.
Ranger, you were saying no.
You already know my opinion on this, man.
Well, let the people know.
It's the dumbest thing, man. And I have experience with this. I think it's a dumb idea. But then what do I know? They're going to do it anyway. So don't even bother with your feedbacks, folks. They don't give a shit about your feedback. They are going to go forward with whatever they think is a good idea. This is a bad idea.
I happen to strongly disagree.
Well, why do you think it's a bad idea, though, Ranger?
Okay, so it's bad enough that we have enough going on with territory wars, territory battles, arena, and then you got ship arena. No one really gives a shit about. Some people give a crap about ship arena, but so to add more time to the game, you're going to create this event and this grand arena event. How freaking original! Where you're matched up with other 7 players with matchmaking, which they suck at doing. Not interested. But they're going to make the rewards where you're going to have to play it. So whether you want to play it or not, it'll still be a choice. But they're going to make it where you have to, because I'm sure the rewards on this are going to be phenomenal. So, hey, they can do what they want, but I can't really say anything because I have seen it and done some stuff with this, and I can't say much more than that. I can just say I'm not impressed. I think it's a bad move, but that's just my opinion. It's not like this is not my experience from just reading this. This is from other experiences, and that's all I can say.
So, interestingly, I tend to agree with Grande, but I understand what Rangers...
Come on.
Well, no, so I understand what your point is. So, I understand what Ranger's point is. So, one of the things that's a problem, it's a time sink.
Is the time.
Yeah, I mean, the time sink in this is going to be a lot. And one of the problems is we are already kind of getting stretched thin on the amount of time that we spend in a game, right? It's a mobile game. It's starting to feel more like a computer game or something like that. And, I mean, to some point, and it's said later on in the post, and we'll get to it, I mean, Carrie is viewing this game at this point as kind of like an MMO. And I can't blame her. The way that the game has been built out and the way that the game has kind of progressed, it makes sense to think of it more like that than it does another mobile game. And I mentioned, like, I play Clash of Clans, and Clash of Clans really is a game that you pick up, you do whatever you need to, you put it down, you come back to it maybe half a day later, if not the next day, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, it's a fun game. I can keep picking it up, putting it down. I can continue to play it. It's like, okay, that's the way that the game plays. This game has gone.
What you're putting down.
Yeah, I mean. God. This game has gone kind of beyond that. But the reason I tend to agree with Grande on the whole Grand Arena thing, some people do have a lot of time, and if they want to invest the time into it, that's fine. The way I'm seeing it is that we'll have to see what the rewards are, right? So the rewards will kind of dictate this. But if we look at Territory Wars itself as a guide as to what we're going to get as the rewards at kind of the final, right? There isn't a huge discrepancy between the winner and the loser. Like, a lot of the 1 Zeta, some people like kind of go over and all that, but really it's the competitive nature that tends to fuel people to try and win. It isn't necessarily the rewards that are doing it, because there isn't a huge discrepancy. And part of me likes that, because it makes it so that if you want to win, you can win. And if you just want to kind of do stuff and just have fun, you're not really missing out on a whole lot. And similarly with the way that I'm viewing what's going to happen at the Grand Arena, they do have to be careful on the discrepancy between rewards. But otherwise, it'll pretty much be something where you just kind of join. You can put your stuff on defense. You can fart around on offense if you want to. If you're a competitive type, then you're definitely going to be spending time in this. And just one person that comes to mind is I can see T-Money going just crazy over this and like trying to do like everything and like when she sees who she's matched up against, she's going to be like going onto GG and looking at their roster
she's like happy or she's upset about it. Yeah.
I'm sure she's like investigating everyone's mods and stuff.
Matchmaking. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest though. If the rewards are to the point where, showing up is important and going through the motions is important, which effectively TW is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've talked about it before. The difference between winning first and second statistically does not give you an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. So, the same thing could be true for this, right? Where winning and losing does not give you a statistical advantage if you show up and you go through the motions.
Right.
And if you want to, and so if you want to be hardcore about it one time and the next time you don't have the time and you just kind of went through the motions this time because you didn't have the time, that would be fine.
The other thing for me too.
It's a time sink. Well, I do understand it's possibly a time sink. I also understand that there's possibly a way where if you were busy, you could put a bunch on defense and kind of go light on offense.
Right.
Or you forgot about defense and you go heavy on offense. Whatever. I'm sure there's a way where you could just play around with it, and we'll see how it goes.
And the other part too is, and again, everyone is kind of a little bit different, right? But for me, I will still probably prioritize Territory Wars over Grand Arena because I don't necessarily mind me losing rewards on my own account, right? It's like I may not focus as well, and I'm only kind of letting myself down, right?
Again,
But TW is like you feel like you're letting your guild down. It's like no, I have to do the best I can for my guild, and this gives me an opportunity to test.
Sport versus individual point.
Yeah,
perfect, great example.
And you can like test different compositions, right? So it depends on your kind of your fuel for competitiveness. If you're gonna be really really competitive and you're trying to get first in all of these things, right? Like you want to be first in arena and first in fleet, and you always want to win territory wars, and like the competition is what fuels you. This is going to be a kind of a time sink for you. If you're trying just to get as best as you can and you're doing it with the time that you have, and I think a lot of people are getting to the point where it's like, and we had a roster review kind of appropriately earlier today where the person was like, I've been spending way too much time on this game and I just need to kind of take a step back. Well, I mean, this is something where you just log in, you get extra rewards, make sure you set stuff on defenses, you can fart around on offense, you can practice, you're probably going to face teams in this grand arena that you're going to see in Territory Wars, and if your thing is more focused on Territory Wars and you're not concerned about Grand Arena, use Grand Arena as a trial. Like you'll probably end up facing a Treya team or a Revan team or something on defense, and you can try to figure out what your best scenario is rather than testing it in what you kind of consider. It's not really that way, but I'm going to consider Junior League and Major League, basically.
Galactic War, right? Galactic War. We used to not get so concerned about, did this person finish it or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back before you could sim it. So you go in there and you do the best you can. If you finish it and you complete it, or you don't, or you do well, or you don't, you'd be like, I tried, I experimented, I learned something,
right.
And move on, get better for the next one.
Would you be able to do that, Ranger? Like, can you view this as just something where you log in, you put stuff on defense, and that's it?
No, this is a fucking waste of time.
Well, why does it have to be though? If you just put stuff on defense and get free rewards, then you're no worse off than you were before.
It's just something they added. It's not the direction they need to be going.
So how should they be going, Ranger?
Well, they don't listen to the community, so I really don't care anymore. This game is going down the shitter, and I'm telling you, it ain't going to be much longer.
No, but I'm asking you a constructive question, right? What direction should they be going?
Well, I don't know. Like, we've been asking for a sandbox mode forever, where we could fight one another and do stuff like that. Sometimes
Grand Arena's sort of sandbox, though.
No,
right?
it's not. It's some 7 other people that I don't know that I'm doing some shit. If I want to do arena with 7 other people, I'll do arena with 7 other people. What's the goddamn point? I'm already doing arena. Now I'm doing it with 7 other people in a territory war aspect when I'm already doing territory war. So you basically took territory wars and arena and put them together. What fun! Thanks, CG.
What about the next thing on the list about one of the most requested items?
Yeah, so we can go to the next one, and it's the new feature player control, payout, time zone changes.
Yeah, this one I left CG.
So this one I actually have a little bit of an issue with.
So much because at one point I read this, I'm like, fuck this game, and then I read the next one, I'm like, damn it, they got me back.
You know, interestingly enough, Ranger, this is the one that probably got me more than anything else. So this is like, so here, okay, let me read it first, and we'll discuss.
This, I'm like, I can't.
Let me read it first. Let me read it first for people. So, player-controlled payout and time zone changes. The single most common quality of life request we've heard in recent months is to allow player-controlled payout and time zone changes. Like the server sharding system, this was a new feature that worked for a time, but we recognize you live all over the world, lead complicated lives, and that the forced 6 p.m. in your time zone you originally logged in on has been a great inconvenience to for many of you. To help with this, we have introduced the ability to change payouts up to 2 times a year. The ability will be otherwise unbounded, so watch out all you in Alaska and Greenland. There are probably hordes of people coming for your time zone. In conjunction with shardless 1v1 PvP, this begins to give you all opportunities to explore competition outside of your shards, and we are excited about that. Now, that last statement,
fucking love this.
So the last statement is what got me, because it threw confusion to me with regards to what exactly they're doing. Like, so they wrote in conjunction with shardless 1v1 PvP. I'm assuming, and I really, really hope that this is referring to the Grand Arena, and not that they're making all of the arenas into one mega shard. Because the wording on this last statement confuses me, because it says, in conjunction with shardless 1v1 PvP, this begins to give you all opportunities to explore competition outside of your shards, and we are excited about that.
Yeah, I think they're referring to Grand Arena with that statement, but I'm not sure.
That's one, yeah, that's just like one sentence that I would say needs to be clarified a little bit, because what I don't understand, and this may be just me missing something overall in here, but I don't understand how the change in...
Yes.
Well, I don't understand how the change in time zone... Well, I don't understand how the change in time zone lets you explore competition outside of your shard. Right? So it's the conjunction of those two things in that statement that confuses me a little bit.
Well, they can clean that up, but we get the gist of what they're trying to do.
I get the general gist of what they're saying.
Assuming that it's just they're changing the payout and you stay on your arena shard, right? Your same arena shard, so you're not like merging all the shards into one. And the reason I'm concerned about that is because some of us played DC Legends when it first came out, right? And DC Legends, its arena was fun for a while, but man, was it a crap show. Basically, you would be fighting every single person that plays the game, and you beat them, and you gain points, and you try to rack up these points in order to go higher in the arena, and it becomes a mess with arena. Like, you get stuck in some places, and there's like no way you can go higher, because you start out like the next sequence in the same spot that you were, and I mean, it was a mess.
I remember that. I remember that game. Is that game even still around?
I have no idea. I mean, I deleted it like a little bit afterwards, because there was like cheating going on with the shards, and they really didn't address it at all. Like, they were almost condoning the fact that people were using APK hacking in terms of like getting in higher and stuff in the arena shards, and people were getting extra shards of things, and it was like, yeah, we're not. I didn't want to be a part of that. They didn't even care, which is surprising, because I mean, if people sometimes think like the devs of this game don't care, you guys should see some of the devs in other games.
Something else.
Like, I will give credit to like CG with this, right? We say things, and we're not always the nicest, Ranger. But they do take it.
Y'all bunch of pussies, man! I swear.
They do take the feedback constructively, and they do take it to heart, right? Like, they do try to make this game a lot better. And when we say like they've developed a good community,
I do destroy them, but.
I mean, so we may not always agree with them, but the devs in this community definitely spend time in this game. So I'll never say like they don't care about the game. Now, we may not agree on the direction, like Ranger is mentioning in the other way, and they may not always agree with the player feedback. But one thing I will never say is that they don't care about this game, because they listened to the community more than any other mobile game for sure. And I mean, the only other game I can think of where I used to at least talk to the devs on the forums and stuff was like on World of Warcraft, and there was like a couple of dev moderators that would chat and stuff on the Blizzard forums and stuff. But World of Warcraft is like a different type of game altogether, and so I mean, this is something where they obviously listened, right? They made a change. I think there's one sentence that's a little confusing, and so that was my one little trepidation here. I do like the fact that they allow for time zone changes now, twice a year.
Yeah, because you may be on the East Coast, but that doesn't mean that you can play.
Or if you're in the military. I mean, it's great.
Or if you're third shift.
Yeah, you know.
What if you did this during the military and you get relocated from like what happened with
like
what
Felix.
happened? Yeah, King Felix, where he was in Korea when he started the game, and now he's like in Alabama. I mean, can you imagine?
He's not in Alabama. Damn it, Rondé, he's in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. God, you were in the Army too.
I am. Sorry, I mistook where I thought he was. Give me a break.
No, there's no giving you a break, Rondé. You're a big deal. You go around whipping out your cock and stuff, saying you're all this and that, so you don't get a break.
He's the big verga.
There we go. We have the sexy Buddha in the house.
We have a Loki in the house. The plane, I see the plane.
He makes lightsabers and seduces women.
I'm scrolling up a little bit, so Loki, because we just finished talking about the Grand Arena and the Payout, so do you want to give your thoughts on both of those? What you think about the Grand Arena and what you think about the Payout time changes?
I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm you know me, I mean, whenever they say they're coming out with this new stuff, it's got to be executed properly. So
good point. Touché.
I'm anxious, I guess. I like the ideas, and I'm just hoping they execute it properly. I mean, there's a lot we learned from. I think it sounds like Tournaments 2.0. Do we want to call it that? I guess
I would agree. It does sound a lot like Tournaments.
Well, can I?
There were some real problems.
That's why I'm hesitant to use that.
TW 2.0, I guess, is what it sounds
like. Let's add something else to Tournaments, because I don't want to call it Tournaments 2.0, because Tournaments was awful. Let's just be honest. There was so much bad with Tournaments. I don't want to cloud this already with that.
24 hours a day.
God.
I couldn't even fall asleep, man.
Oh my God.
Ronnie was calling me like, Ranger, I'm still up.
Who was it? Was it Ramon, I think? That was with somebody, and they were like alternating attacks and trying to keep up, like in the one of the first tournaments in this.
So one of the very first tournament was Obi Kreis versus Ramon Azab, and Ramon had been up for like 32 hours straight, and he said he laid down on his bed with his phone and he fell asleep, and Obi Kreis took one from him after he had been awake for 31 hours straight.
No Kreis.
And they had both dropped like close to $1,000 a piece in it, and guess what character this was for? Shore Trooper.
Shore Trooper.
It was for Shore Trooper. They both dropped because
our first auto taunter. Oh my God, we gotta stay up.
So can you imagine? They both dropped over $1,000.
Yeah, that's when it was for crystals. For those of you that don't remember, you might just remember for ally points, but it started with crystals.
Yes, it did. And so let's hope they get this one right. I think they will. If they're saying it's a little bit like Arena and it's a little bit like TW, that kind of.
I'll tell you what, everyone. I'll tell you what. I will be positive for this. But if they fuck this up, this is going to be the worst rant you have ever heard. I'm just saying.
Well, are you saying it because of execution or just the concept?
Both.
Because if it's a problem with execution, I mean, I'm gonna be upset too. Like they can't introduce something like this and mess it up. That's always the worst thing you can do.
I already made my promise. I'm going to be positive about this because they're doing some other good things here. So I'm gonna be all in for this.
Okay.
So I'm going to go all in. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything more negative about it. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to be as positive as I can.
Worst case, Ranger.
But if it turns out that it's horseshit, I'm going to let them have it.
I'm telling you, Ranger, if it's not a game mode that you like, right? And I mean,
the first person I'm going to kill is you, Finn.
Just put things on. Just sign up. Put things on defense, and it's just more stuff that you get compared to what you got before. I mean, it literally is just free stuff.
I'm trying to turn a new leaf here. Don't make me more angrier, Finn. I'm trying to. You
So
got.
basically, this is positive.
You had-
Is that what
This
you
is
said?
positive Ranger. This is as positive as we're gonna get.
Positive
We need to
Ranger,
just
so
accept
this
it.
is- I'm gonna try to be positive, so let's get
Okay, now let's get Ranger even more upset.
This a shot.
Okay, now you're gonna get more upset. I'm pretty sure. So the next one is new content. KOTOR Companions.
Okay.
With the release of Jedi Knight Revan, we
That's
brought
not his
one.
name.
Oh yeah, get ready for the next sentence. With the release of Jedi Knight Revan, we brought one of the most requested characters into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You don't have to comment. You don't have to comment. You don't have to
But
comment.
you were smoking crack.
All right.
Mary's my girl. How dare you?
The excitement in the community has been palpable for weeks.
That's not true.
The excitement in the community has been palpable for weeks, and watching many of you join forces to solve the reveal cipher was truly special moment for the game team to watch. That part I'll agree
That was
with.
actually pretty good. Yeah, that I agree with. Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was actually pretty cool. I give them mad props for that one because we're all sitting there like, and then you take the 5 into the 4, and oh my god.
We're excited to continue the celebration of the 15th anniversary of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic with additional companions in the coming weeks. Keep an eye out for an upcoming announcement about which Old Republic era characters are coming to the holotable next. Now, let's just be honest.
Why would I be upset about? I'm kind of curious. This doesn't bother me.
Okay, the reason I'm going to say something now, and this is what may bother you. Yeah.
Sure. What's that?
What is it?
What?
If they put Dark
What?
Side KOTOR characters in prep for
What?
a Dark Side Revan in February.
They better not do that.
I mean, think about the timing of this. If they release the characters now in a marquee format, right?
Yep.
It'll probably be released free to play sometime in January, and then set up for Sith month, which is February, and Dark Side Revan.
This is why. This is why they're doing it now. Come on, man. Dark Side Revan for February. Makes perfect sense.
But it says companions though. You mean so these aren't going to be light side companions. These are going to be dark side companions.
It can be companions to Traya and Nihilus and Scion.
That's right. So we're gonna get some more Dark Side Sith type characters. So that then for February we can get the second Ancient Journey and we can get Dark Side Revan for February.
I'm gonna say this as calmly as I can. I'm trying to be positive here, and I'm trying to turn a new leaf, but Finn keeps sucking me back in.
Well, you should be positive. I mean, we just finished curing your Herpagana syphilaria, just a couple of months ago. So you can be positive about this.
No, there's no positive about Revan. All right, if they pull this shit, we get a bunch of new companions.
God.
That you need for a Dark Side Revan.
Oh, it's coming, bro. Come on now.
And do that, I'm telling you now, I'm going to have the biggest win of my life, and then I will quit this game. That will be a straw too far. I will quit this game.
It's good. Come on. It's going to be just like Revan. It's going to be just like Thrawn. It's going to be just like.
I don't care.
Just like Rey. They have a business model.
I was actually getting outside. I was like, yeah, well, great. You won't be getting any more of mine or me promoting this shit.
I mean, it could very well be companions to Revan, right? Like, they didn't really say what exactly they're doing. They're just saying.
I thought, and then Finn had to go and put me in an angry mode.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, they're doing this all for Dark Side.
My guess would be that it's Dark Side, but I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, and they're gonna get ready for. It's all happening, so we can get ready for February.
Well,
I mean,
when they don't fix
go look at their
Grievous.
earnings.
Well, we don't know that they're not.
Go look at their earnings for last month, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I know they did.
Earnings. I mean,
but they lost a lot of people to play this game too, Grande. So they may have made a lot.
It's gonna be rinse and repeat, baby.
Yeah. As long as the money is there, they don't care.
I'm telling you, if this is what they do, my days of this game are over.
Numbered.
Take that to the bank. That is a guarantee.
So, again, let's see. Let's keep Ranger happy.
But by the time that happens, you know what? You know what that means? That means we get the return of Revan.
That's gonna suck too. I know that's gonna suck because I'll be like, "Yay! I just got the first Revan." What? Is there a second Revan? And
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
you're going to get the first. You're going to get the first one in February.
Yeah.
Come on, it makes perfect sense for the
Fake
return
Revan,
of the light side.
Dark side
in February.
Karen, and then we'll have to do shit to get
because
the
you
Revan.
yes, because you have to have the light side version in order to get the dark side version.
God,
so what's going to happen is it's just like BB-8. It's going to be just like BB-8 came out
regular
right before Raid.
Yep.
I mean, we already know the cycle. We already know it.
This isn't the circle of life. Fuck that. I'm out.
We already know the cycle. This is the cycle, buddy.
Well, that's the cycle they want to do. It'll be without good old Ranger J 1999.
Nobody says you have to get stuff the first go around. You can get it the second go around.
I don't like the stuff that's in the game to play with it and stuff. Yeah, you're right, Grande. I don't have to have it. I don't really need it. I don't really have. I can wait 6-7 months to fuck around with it. You're right, Grande. That makes the game more fun.
I'm just saying, you can. I mean, look. Go look at my arena team right now.
Oh,
I
really?
got Revan.
Okay.
Hold on. I care for a minute.
Well, I know you care.
I've got Revan. I've got Revan, and I still take rank 1. I still take my spot in Payout without him. Why am I not running Revan in arena?
Because you're just different.
I don't know if they're listening, but if they are, to the devs, I want to make a suggestion, and this actually comes as a result of us playing Heroes of the Storm a lot lately. And I think one of the coolest things that they do in Heroes of the Storm is that they actually will every week rotate the characters that you can play with.
I really like this.
I think for I'm gonna say
you can do that right now. You can do that right now.
Kinda, right? But not in all of the places. And when you use like 6 characters and like a hard node and stuff, like it gets a little weird. But I think it would be kind of cool if they made it so in the non-essential content, which I would consider the hard node tables, the Galactic War, I would consider as part of that at this point. The Cantina, the mod battles, all that kind of stuff. It would be cool if for people that don't have Revan, or for people that don't have Chewie, or Bosk, or CLS, or Jedi Training Rey, right? You do it a little bit with the marquee events, which is a good start, where they get like practice with it. But I think it would be cool, especially for newer players, to kind of see what these characters are and get a feel for what they are, besides just having them as allies, right?
That's a good question. Why can't you borrow it? Why can't you borrow an ally in the ship's fleet area?
Yeah, they haven't done anything with fleets either. So I mean, they could do the exact same thing with ships as well.
If I wanted, why can't I borrow somebody's maxed out ETA?
And we know that the map holds up to 5 ships anyway. So you could just start out with 4 ships and then bring in like a 5th or something.
And also too, now all of a sudden. Well, and why can't you do it with ships challenges either? Shouldn't you be able to like borrow a friend to help you with the ships challenges? I mean, might help them sell. First of all, it helped those players finish some of that content. Because how many times do we get asked the question, "How do I finish the Nest node?" Or "How do I finish the Zeta node?" They
don't have Plo Koon. I mean, I let
everybody
grow my ally.
And so now, why can't I put whatever ship I want up and let all my allies borrow my Plo Koon or borrow my maxed out ETA?
Well,
and then
why even have allies when you got 50 guildmates and they're not even your allies?
Yeah.
So then
it's almost like your allies should be all 50 of your guildmates plus another 50.
Yep.
Well, not all your guildmates. Maybe your.
We mentioned expanding the allies before.
More than that. Okay.
So what I'm saying is, standing allies are your 50 guildmates. No matter whatever guild you're in, your 50 guildmates are automatically your allies, and then you have 50 extra spots for your friends.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Stay away from my friends.
Yeah, I think increased ally is something that a lot of people have suggested, and we've suggested it a few times too. So I do hope that they do that.
Quality of life. This is a quality of life update / a way to have more sandboxing kind of, and a way to also help sell the new content a little bit.
Yep.
Right.
I'm with you on that.
And a way to have camaraderie, because now I can be allies with Loki, Infinity, and Ranger. And all my 50 guildmates too.
And Grindy can look at my roster, like Ranger, your mods.
I want to
put on there.
Can I back up real quick to the whole Grand Arena thing? Because I just got done like reading the post.
Mhm.
So it doesn't say. It just says we're getting matched up with 7 people, but going to guildmates. I mean, does that mean we're getting matched up with guildmates too? Because that's kind of stupid.
Or
you
against
could be
them.
matched up with a guild. You could be matched up against a guildmate. Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of
you
dumb.
could be.
I mean, why even be in a guild anymore if they're gonna just have these situations where we're fighting other guildmates? Like, I think it's dumb.
Well, here's what I'll kind of counter back with you on that, Loki. Is it much different than having a bunch of people on the same guild on arena shards?
Same arena. Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, you have people you fight against guildmates already in arena.
But we kind of got grandfathered into guilds, right? So our arena shards were developed, a lot of us, before guilds was made. So I get that part, but I mean, this is all new content, so it's kind of like why not make it bigger and better and not, and kind of close all these little what ifs, because I don't want to battle my guildmates. I think that's lame.
No, I don't fight Loki.
Well, so then let me ask you this:
I want to get destroyed by Loki.
What if what if because you're in this thing with the guildmate, right? Now you and your guildmate can collude and take first and second.
There you go, man. See?
Word?
But you can't
I
really
didn't think about that one,
you
but
might want to have a guildmate in there with you, and or Loki, right?
But can you collude with this?
Sweet. I have no idea.
Because it's based on your win-loss record, right? So, I mean, maybe you can, but if you're partnering up with your guildmate in order... It's different than Arena, right? Arena is just one team. All you need is one team in order to beat it. This is going to be a test of your whole roster.
Like tournaments, right?
Yeah, it's like... Well,
Yeah,
it's kind of like tournaments, but it's your whole roster, right? So you would need not only just a guildmate in order to try and do that, but you would need a competent guildmate who is able to win his matches... Right, to the point where you two are matched up.
Competent guildmate. Yeah, but here's the thing: is you only need 1 out of 7, right? You only need 1 out of 7.
What do you mean?
So,
what do you need 1 out of 7?
Like, so you get matched up with 7 other people.
Mm-hmm.
You happen to find out that one of them's a guildmate, and you guys are like, "Sweet, let's go all in and let's make it to the final 2."
But you don't know.
Paper, rock, scissors.
Yeah, but you don't know who's going to be the final 2 because you might get matched up against your guildmate in the first round. So the first round is random. There's 3 rounds, and the first round is random. Like, you don't know the tournament style that they have, and so they're going to match you up against people that are the same win-loss record. So you could be facing your guildmate in the second round if you both win your first match, or you could easily face him in the first. Like, not easily, but 1 in 7 chance that you face him in the first round.
So the post says that there's banners too, just like Territory Wars, right?
Yeah.
So what happens if we just force a tie? What happens?
I'm assuming it's going to be just like Territory Wars, where it's like the efficiency.
Right, but so what if it's possible? So it's possible though.
What happens now in a tie? I honestly don't remember from the post what happens in a tie because
you both get second still. Right?
I think you both still get second.
We slaughter a goat to the gods, and we get a sign from the Oracle, and then they let us know who won.
Again, it all matters on if these rewards are super OP or not, right?
Yeah.
Unless they put Revan's companions as your prizes, right? Then it's really gonna get crazy good, right?
Oh snap! Imagine if they put Revan's companions.
Oh my!
And so now you. Oh snap! Stop giving them ideas, Loki. Damn it!
Well, I'm not gonna put in any effort if it's just like, challenge gear. I mean, why the hell would I put myself through all that effort? It better be good. It better be good stuff, man. It might be Zetas. It might be.
Well, here's the problem though. If you make it too OP, then now you have people that are willing to hack APKs and cheat in order to win, just like tournaments. Right? So it's got to be a balancing act. I mean, can you imagine if you lost because somebody was an APK hacker? That would suck, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That would really suck.
So execution. So execution is going to definitely be important. I kind of understand your point, Loki, about not wanting to fight your guildies, but I mean, at least with what Carrie put in here, like they're just trying to determine who the best. Their goal is to try and determine who the best player in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is. Like, with or without any guild affiliations. There's other things in order to figure out which guild is the best. But this is very much being built on a singular kind of view. Like, just which player is the best.
How do you...
Players with similar GP,
right?
Players with similar GPs.
So it's not the best of the best, right? It's the best of.
Well, you're the best of people around yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the best of people around myself, or I'm
Right.
Or,
yeah, so like you're the best 3.8
3.8
million GP, or you're the best 4 million GP, or whatever. So you're the best amongst people that are at your level, is what we're getting with this. But I mean, it is done from like an individualistic standpoint. So I mean, I can understand the fact that you're able to fight people in your guild, but it's
what's going to
different.
happen, and then what's going to happen? So now people are going to try to shave weight, and how are they going to shave weight? I mean, because right now we have it already where we have guilds that shave weight. So you take the 15 characters that you're never going to level up because they've never been worth anything, and now you're going to pull mods on them so that you lower your GP so that you get into a lower bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already got people that are affected.
And you know what I think about that? It's perfectly fine.
Right. Well, of course it's perfectly fine. It's exactly what boxers do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. The guy weighs in at 150 pounds at his weigh-in for the 150-pound weight class, but by the time he gets ready to fight, the guy's 168 pounds because he freaking starved himself for 5 days and he freaking sweat out 17 pounds of water for the last day and a half, and he comes in dehydrated and about ready to pass out, but he hits weight, and the minute he gets
it's the
off the
dehydration.
freaking thing, the minute he gets off scales, his whole team is over there putting an IV in him so he can get all his weight back, and he comes into the match 18 pounds heavier. Now that's legal in boxing, but
boxing.
Well, it might be like boxing, right?
With the way that you're dealing with it, it is. I mean, it's not physical. Like, you're not punching someone, but it is conceptually. I mean, that is what's going to happen. And I mean, if you, again, this goes back to whether you're going to be competitive or not, right? Like, if you're trying to be super competitive and you're going to go for that kind of effort, then I mean, go for it. Like, people are, like, there's guilds doing that right now, right? Where they top load with some really high GPs, and then they bring along lower GPs. It lowers the overall guild GP. It's really hard to overcome the top kind of whale GPs, and you can match up against lower guilds. And, I mean, that's happening right now in Territory Wars. But if guilds are going through that effort in order to do it, then, I mean, honestly, more power to them. Like, my guild is 170, and, I mean, we'll face other 170 guilds, and, I mean, for us, it's all about trying to succeed and fail as a guild and putting our best effort forward, and whatever happens, happens. And part of the benefit is that the rewards aren't hugely different, right? And we talked about this, between winning and losing. And so it's... You want to win, you have that competitive spirit, but you're not at the point where it's like, yeah, we're missing out on so much that it's like killing us. Now, if we start going in like massive losing streaks and stuff, then maybe things happen. But I think it'll all kind of balance itself out. We do need to see the rewards and the execution in order to kind of make a final judgment, right? But I don't know.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I just disagree a little bit with Loki about the guild thing. 'Cause I mean, I don't want to face somebody in my guild, but just based on the way that it's set up, I don't necessarily have an opposition to it, because I understand what the premise is that they're trying to go for, and it makes sense to a certain degree. It makes sense that they just kind of left it as an individual thing. So.
All right, let's get to the rest of the posts.
All right, next one: new content, original trilogy. To round out the year, we're going to...
The connection's a little wonky right now.
Oh, hold on. Let me double check here. Hold on. Let me close a couple things just to make sure that it goes smoothly. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I think it's Blizzard and Steam, because I was getting ready to play Heroes of the Storm.
Well, you will wait until after that.
Yeah, I know. I don't have it open. I'm not going to keep it open. That would definitely not be good. So, all right, and let me just close Discord for now. I can come back later, just to make sure that everything's okay. So, the original trilogy. To round out the year, we're going to continue our exploration of the original trilogy universe. While we've dipped into this era previously, there are still so many iconic characters and ships that we want to bring into the game for this time period. You can definitely count on some teases and puzzles from Crumb in the coming months. Stay tuned.
Black Jacket Han, I called it here first.
C-3PO and Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys have any other thoughts? I mean,
it's C3.
C3PO and Falcon, right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
The Falcon.
Yeah, I agree.
Is the Falcon?
I mean, we've already seen it. Right? I mean, go to the App Store and go look. You'll see it. OG Millennium Falcon's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much it. I think they're working on bringing it out. We still don't have any indication of how the characters or the ships are going to be released. Curiously, she said in the
what that means?
Coming months, right?
That means Jedi Luke is coming.
We already said I still think Jedi Luke is coming in December.
March.
I'm saying December.
March or something, man. I think we're getting a Grievous, we're getting 3PO, we're getting the OG Millennium Falcon, we're getting all that stuff, all that New Hope stuff, and then after all of that, first quarter of 19 is all the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, it could very well be. Yeah. We still don't know how they would release these, right? And interestingly enough, she said the upcoming months, like plural, right? And she didn't say the upcoming couple months. It was just in the coming months. And Carrie is pretty on point with her wording. Like, she doesn't mince it around or anything. So when she says the upcoming months, I am thinking kind of to what you're saying, Grande, like beyond just the 2 months of this quarter. And so she is indicating a little bit beyond just the quarter, which is typically what the road ahead comments.
Really good. Yeah, she's usually really good with her verbiage is on purpose.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yes.
So there could be stuff coming much more down the line. Now let's just assume here for a second. Original trilogy, February being Sith month. Is there anything they could reduce for Darkside Sith from the original trilogy in February? 'Cause I couldn't think of anything. It seems like the dark side is a little tapped out.
On original trilogy?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. I mean, effectively, if you look at original trilogy,
it was Palpatine and Vader. Like, there's
whatever they're doing, it's going to. It says to run out the year. We're going to continue our. So this is for this year. There's nothing past December is going to come out. So
nothing. What it's to me, that's C-3PO. It's OG Millennium Falcon. It's getting us. Dark Side KOTOR characters, and then that means we're gonna hit the ground running. That means first quarter next year is potentially Dark Side Revan, and potentially we've got, and then potentially after that we've got some Jedi Luke kind of stuff. They could continue on with this whole original trilogy, and they could put. I mean, who's missing from original trilogy at this point, besides Jedi Luke? And besides, if we needed Jedi Luke, we would need C-3PO, and we would probably need Chewbacca. We've said this before, right? So if they bring it out, then that means in 3 to 6 months we've got OG Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
We have all the components with the OG Millennium Falcon, OG Chewbacca, and OG C-3PO. We have all the components for Jedi Luke.
Yeah. I mean, that is what it seems to be pointing towards.
All right, let's get to the last part.
All right, so the last one, 3rd anniversary of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. At last, but certainly not least, a special note from CG Carey. 3 years ago, we started on an amazing journey that, thanks to you, continues to this day. We are so incredibly grateful to all of you for continuing to be members of the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. We've always thought of you guys like a massively multiplayer online community and want to honor the investment you've continued to make in our game and team. We have some gifts and events planned for everyone to celebrate with us. We will share more details closer to the start of the event. I look forward to the next 3 years as the stories we have to tell continue to unfold, but more importantly, please know that the things you all do with the game continue to astound and impress us. We hope you've enjoyed this peek into the future of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and wish you the best luck on the holotables.
There you go.
So, I mean, yeah, this is what I was mentioning earlier, where she basically kind of compared the way that she thinks of this game to kind of like an MMO, and it makes sense with the way that this game has progressed. It's beyond a mobile game for sure at this point. Much beyond a mobile game. Oh, speaking of which, I have to make sure I do my attack in Clash of Clans. Huh? So,
Shut up, man.
so, I think it is. I mean, we'll see where it goes. I know Ranger, you're a little concerned about a couple of things. And are you willing to give it time? You're willing to give it time.
I'm being positive.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be positive.
Be positive. Ranger up and be positive.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And be positive is not blood type. It's my mood that I'm going to be going forward with on this stuff. So we're going to give it a shot.
And if you can't be positive, just fake it.
No bullshit. I will not fake it. You can lick my ass on that, Grande.
Just fake it.
You know me better than that. I'm not going to fake anything ever.
Okay.
You know
why do you start that stuff, Grande?
Because he's a potato head.
He's an instigator.
There's another joke in there, but I'm going to let it go.
Yeah.
God,
Oh, man.
Oh, because that's how you get hurt.
That's how I get hurt.
No, I'm gonna. But no, I'm gonna be positive about this stuff. Let's see what happens. You know, I'm gonna give it a shot, and we'll see what they do. And if it works, then I'll be very happy to say that I was wrong with my initial thoughts. If not, I'm going to be chewing someone's ass. And it ain't just going to be CG. I'm coming after Finn and Grande. Like, you made me be positive. I didn't want to, and you made me be positive.
I loved it. Touche. Okay.
You communist asses are mine.
All right. Let me grab the questions that have popped into the chat, because I see people that are typing questions.
I'm sure they are.
All right. Let's see.
And yes, I am getting Battlefront ready for you guys. We're going to do Battlefront here after this stream. So.
Hey, that used to be something you weren't very positive about, and now has a lot of cool stuff going on, by the way.
I'm still not positive about Battlefront. It really.
You shouldn't have said that,
Did you guys
Grande.
hear Battlefront was going to be like $8 or something?
What's that?
Like Battlefront was going to go on sale for like $8 or something like that?
I think it already has. It's dropped in price.
$8?
Yeah. It was like $14 the last time I looked.
$8?
But I think it's a little bit more. The game is like 14, but then you have to pay for the pass and stuff. So.
Oh, but that's if you have like that Xbox Pass you're talking about, because you have to pay monthly subscription or something for that, don't you?
Right, $9.99, and you know.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
They've got a monthly subscription in that game now.
Right?
Yeah, when it came out, it was like $50.
They got a monthly subscription in that game too?
No. That's an Xbox subscription where you can buy their subscription and then you get like a discount on some of the games and stuff. So if you don't want that, then you just pay like a higher price. But with a monthly subscription, you save like a bunch of money if you buy lots of games.
But you're telling me I could buy this game for $14?
I haven't checked the price, so I can't. I don't know. I haven't looked at the price lately.
I mean that's almost worth it now.
Oh no, it's worth it.
Yeah, so,
thanks,
all right, let's go through some questions. So the first question is from Grand Admiral of the Republic. Question, is anyone looking forward to more work? I mean fun.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
They have to know that this is coming, right? Whenever it's something like a territory
it's a little
war.
bit sarcasm.
Yeah. I mean, we know that that's coming with territory war, right? And, I mean, the only concern that I have with the whole concept, right, and it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Do you get more of an advantage if you attack all of your stuff first or second? Because you know that they're going to probably have a set time when this opens, right? Now, you have 24 hours. It's only you attacking, so you can kind of figure out all of your attacks. But somebody that's in, like, Australia, if you use, like, current TW time, like, they might be asleep when it opens. And so they may wake up to a full clear, and at that point it's like, oh, well, do I try? Do I just say, it doesn't really matter, I got full clear, there's no point in me doing it? Like, you can potentially discourage people based on just the timing of it, because it's not a time of their choice. And so that's always a concern when you have something competitive against, like, another individual person. So, and, I mean, it's, again, still 24 hours, they could easily fight back and do a full clear themselves, but just the overall look of it, right? Like, you want to try and make it so that they have a reasonable chance and don't always feel like they're coming from behind. But it might be hard for people on time zones based on when the opening is. Next question from Darkside Ranger J 1999. What the hell? I don't really care. We've gone beyond this point. Whose balls do you have to suck at CG in order to get revenue event back in time for Christmas?
Oh, well, don't worry. The revenue event will be back in time for
Darkside Revan.
Because you're going to need Darkside Revan for February with the new Darkside event. So that means the week before, Revan was going to... So that means expect Darkside Revan to come out the week after Lightside Revan comes back. So Lightside Revan comes back late January or sometime in February, and then like the last week of February is Darkside Revan, where you need Lightside Revan and his 4 friends, which are all coming out like next month in marquees.
Mm-hmm.
Rinse and repeat, buddies. Rinse and repeat.
Darkside is interesting though because there are some Darkside KOTOR characters in the game already. Assassin, Marauder, Sith Trooper, Scion, Nihilus. I don't know how they would go about that. It would be interesting.
So you're probably going to need Malik, right? Darth Malik is going to come out as a marquee. You're probably going to need a couple of others. So potentially it's a couple of the old ones and a couple of the new ones. HK-47, right? Could be HK-47 and Malik, right?
Could be, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they put that together.
And then who's like some random weird character that like was basically only used to open a door one time as Darkside Revan. It's gonna be something like that.
Could it be Karth? Could they do Karth Onassis or something like that?
No. Something really obscure that only got used once. That had a name.
No.
Stop thinking about really cool characters and start thinking about something like T3 M4. It's going to be whatever the Darkside T3 M4 version is. That's what we're going to get.
All right. Next question. This one is basically for you, Ranger.
He doesn't even want to speculate.
No.
Ranger doesn't even want to speculate on it.
I'm trying to be positive.
Okay, well, the next one is for you, Ranger. It's from Darkside Ranger J 1999. It says, "Hey everybody, Harry Carey here. Is it me or does CG swallow the entire battery acid that I recommended for acne?"
That's a good call. I think it's liquid hot magma though.
Liquid hot magma. I knew that was coming. You
got psoriasis. It'll knock it right out.
Dang, dude.
Why walk around with blotchy skin when you could just walk around burnt crisp? Hey, did you have psoriasis? That's a good call, Grande. Except you'll have all your arms and legs, and no one will be underestimating your power.
Next one is from D Perks. Question is, if Ranger quits, what happens to RSG? Well, Grande and I take over. Grande tells Jad jokes. I giggle. Loki will wait for Tits to say something, and Tits will say that it's just a
they all go.
I love this. Ranger's like, I have the power.
He does have the internet.
I'm the boss. I'm the numero. Everything comes.
He's gonna take away our media privileges. He's gonna take away our passes.
Take away our media privileges on the freaking.
I found you tone insolent there, Dr. Finn.
He's gonna.
All right, next question. King of the Burbs. Question, Ranger, I'm looking for a Bags teammate after my retirement. Interested?
Sure, why not?
There you go.
Let's do it.
DSP question, how can I play Heroes of the Storm on Xbox? I see Ranger playing it, but I don't know how.
You just have to... Go ahead, Finn.
Do they have cross-platform? I don't know.
No.
Is it just
I don't think you can play Heroes...
I don't know if they have a
version. Account in a computer, yeah.
Yeah, it's a BattleNet. It's a Blizzard game. So we play it on PC, not on Xbox. But I honestly don't know if they have an Xbox version or if it's cross-platform because they have Diablo 3 on PS4, right? I think it's PS4 is when they have Diablo 3 or Diablo 3. I'm not entirely sure if they do have it on that or if it's cross-platform at that point. So yeah, sorry. We play on PC for BattleNet, but it is free. So as long as you have a computer, I mean, you can always join us.
Yeah.
Dana DeBroy question: does this not open the game up more for cheating? And I think the question came when I had mentioned that you could give Revan as kind of like a rotation character. And to that, what I would say, and you can, if Dana's still here, like you can correct me if I'm wrong. I saw that you had posted that at that time. So my suggestion was rotating just for the PvE content that doesn't involve like other people. So it's the hard nodes, the mod battles, mod challenges, the regular challenges,
It's like
galactic war,
it's like
not
borrow a
arena,
hero. It's
not
basically-
raids. Yeah,
It's like borrow a hero, basically.
yeah,
We're
but basically,
saying borrow a more OP hero.
yeah, and just more rotation, right? Because otherwise, the unfortunate part is the ones that they give for free are like 3-star and stuff, right? And some of them are just really
They're kind
crap.
of garbage.
Yeah, and
They're
otherwise
kind of
you need to
garbage.
find
They're like
allies.
They're like 3-star gear level. They're like 3-star gear level 5. I mean, they're not that great.
No, and no. Okay, so she did mean Grand Arena. Okay, so she meant Grand Arena. Does this not open up for more cheating? And potentially, this is what happened with tournaments, and that's why we're kind of hesitant.
Well, you know, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Damn straight.
That's my philosophy.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
I'm not wrong, Grande.
He's not wrong.
If you're not cheating, you're
That's how you become Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game. Woo!
Let me tell you something. Oh my God, here he goes.
Oh,
Styling, profiling.
when you said "let me tell you something," you went more like Jim Carrey than anything else.
Oh no.
like from the math.
Yeah. That was Jim Carrey on The Mask. What the hell?
No, that's not. That's far. No, Grande. Oh Jesus. Go play with Val Bacon.
No, but yeah, when tournaments happened, there was a big issue with potential cheating, and so like there was a lot of incidents of kind of obvious APK hacking.
Oh, it was bad.
And it was
really bad.
really bad.
And some not so obvious ones.
Yes,
Because there were some. Okay,
there were some
so
people that were smart
APK
and didn't make it as obvious. I'll say, we can put it.
Well,
that
and
way.
there are some people that use APK hacks that have really good accounts too.
Mhm.
So it looks like they could have maybe won
Yeah.
if they, but you're like, how is this guy winning? Well, 1 out of 10 times he might be able to win, or 1 out of 5 times, maybe it's a 50-50 he wins, but maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, now you're with 7 other dudes, or 7 other players. I should be more, gender
What the hell? Why did
neutral on
Blackbeard Premium say, Ric Flair, R.I.P.? Ric Flair's still alive.
that.
Yeah.
But
I'm
but
confused.
here's the
Ric
deal
Flair's
is
still
if you're
alive.
with- If you're with, if the rewards are really OP, and it's with 7 people that have similar GP than you, it's possible you're going to be like, oh man, I lost, and I didn't get
Yeah.
the new thing. But you're not going to ever call them out for cheating, because you're like, well, there's no way they cheated. They have the same GP as me. They just won. And so it's so now no one's going to ever report anybody for cheating, because they're going to be like, well, they might have been able to beat me. And so if the rewards are too OP, you now have untraceable cheating.
Yeah. So it is something they have to be cautious about. That is part of the reason why we were saying like they have to execute this properly. And I know they try. We're not saying that they're not trying to stop the cheating and stuff. And I know Lucifer's daddy on the forums and stuff, like they're constantly getting like requests from people, and I'm sure they're getting a lot of frivolous ones too, right? But they look into it and they try to do it. But some of these are kind of hard to figure out what's the eventual, like if it's actually cheating or not. And so I mean they have to be careful about something where it's this competitive and in a small environment. So yeah, it does open up to more potential for people to cheat. Now whether they will be able to cheat, whether people will cheat, will it be found? I mean, all of that stuff is to be seen. So we shall see.
Remember, guys,
Oh
when it
man,
comes
my
to
arena server
guys,
is going crazy.
when it comes to cheating, remember one thing: do lots of it and make sure you cover your tracks. That's all I'm saying.
You have to remember
don't tell
one
anyone
statement.
And
You have
don't
to remember
tell anyone
one
you
statement.
did it.
You remember the statement, Ranger? I
You're not cheating, you're
misinterpreted the rules.
Nice.
All right, next question.
I didn't know I couldn't do that. You didn't know you couldn't do that. I did know I could do that. It was nice, wasn't it?
And hopefully you guys know what that reference is when I say I misinterpreted the rules. Okay, next question is from Mr. Pennypinch. Question for panel. If we get other light side companions of Revan, is it safe to say that we are getting a legendary Malik?
I could see it. Wouldn't shock me. Nothing shocks me anymore. I am beyond shockable now, Finn.
I mean, so here would be kind of like my one question with that, right? We already have 5 light side Old Republic characters, right? And we're already kind of working on that towards Revan. What is the addition of other light side characters? And this is why I'm thinking it's dark side, right? With the companions.
Oh, yeah.
What is the addition
side.
of other light side companions really going to provide in the whole kind of scheme of things?
Hugs and kisses.
I mean, people are already working, if they want to get Revan, right? They're already working on the Old Republic. So putting out a Malik for other light side companions is not going to generate any revenue for them. I mean, people have already started to work on it.
It's Darth Malik. It's the one with his jaw ripped off.
Right, but what's the point in using light side Old Republic characters in order to get him is the question. Right? Because we've already worked on it. People that we're going to spend have already spent on it in order to get Revan. People that didn't spend are farming in order to get him the next time.
Baby.
It might be. No, but Pennypinch's question
You down
is...
with El Marquis? Yeah, you know me.
I'm referring specifically to his question, Grande, where he's asking if we get other light side companions of Revan, is it safe to say that we're getting a legendary Malik? And I'm basically saying no, like there's no revenue in it for him.
That's not... No, there's no revenue in it. You're absolutely right. There's no reason to do a legendary version. Everything's going to be marquee leading up to the ancient journey, and maybe one legendary with the ancient journey guy. So potentially it's going to be 2 or 3 of the guys we've already got. You know, let's say it's 2 or 3. Let's say it's Nihilus and it's HK-47 and a couple of other people tag-alongs to.
Why are we talking about this? I told you guys I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. You guys are really trying, aren't you?
Okay, fine. But just in general, Pennypinch, that's why we're thinking it's more on the dark side, because the light side really doesn't seem to generate anything for them at this point.
I mean, Grande's getting shit confused. I said be positive. He's thinking.
All right, fine. We'll be positive. Next one is from Darth Hideous. Question, damn it, Finn. That's it.
Positive.
No, I'm trying to be positive. And you're trying to put me in be aggressive.
Ranger. Darth Hidious's next question is just says question, damn it, Finn. That's it. Just says damn it, Finn.
See, that's the kind of positive.
See, I figured you'd take that as positive.
Yeah, Finn sucks.
Damn it, Bobby. That's all.
God damn it, Bobby, what did I tell you about whacking off with the propane tank?
God. Alright, Corey Dalmeyer, question. How will this work? Did it say 3 battles?
Do that, but say damn it. No, stop. Do that, but say damn it, Finn. Ranger.
Damn it, Finn, what did I tell you about whacking off in the tool shed? If you're going to use a tool, make sure you use the proper one.
I knew it was coming.
Oh my god. That's what she said.
I knew it was coming.
Alright.
That's what she said.
Alright. Corey Dalmeyer, question. So how will this work? Did it say 3 battles? So we'll set 3 teams for defense and have to chew through 3 of our opponent's teams? No, so what's essentially going to happen is that it's a mini territory war. And it's kind of almost like a round robin. It's not really. It's more like a tournament style, where essentially you have, from what it says, you're going to have 3 rounds, right? So in the first round, you get matched up with somebody random, right? So let's say that you win. You will be a 1-0 record. The next round, based on what they said, which is that they will be matched against players with similar win-loss records as you, meaning that the next round, you will be faced with what's questionable is whether it's within the arena battle or just in general. Well, let's just assume it's within the arena battle, that you'll be facing the one of the other 3 1-0 people, or if you lost, you'll be facing one of the other 3 0-1 people. And then based on your record there, because there has to be at least one other 1-0 or 1-1, right? You'll be facing one of the other 1-0s. The 2 people that are undefeated will face each other. The 2 people that are fully defeated will face each other. And then the 4 people that are 1-1 will face each other. And so you get 3 rounds where you essentially set your territory battle, you set your territory war defense, and then you go into offense. Basically, by the looks of it, it's going to be a kind of a 6-day event, right? So you have defense, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense. There may be one day for a preview so you can see who all of the people in your group are, potentially, right? So you could have a preview day, and then so it's like a rotating every week type of thing. But based on the description, that's the way it's going to work. And so you have to fill out the territory, and we'll have to see how exactly they do mini territory war, whether it's going to be like the 10 territories and you can only put 2 teams in each, or whether they're going to restrict it and then you only have like 4 territories and you have to max them out, or whatever the hell they do. We'll have to see how the map is designed, but it's going to be 3 different rounds.
They better not put 2 ships teams, otherwise it's potentially a
stalemate,
yeah, right?
2 ships is really going to...
on ships.
Yeah.
2 ships and 2 ships.
Well, keep in mind, we think they're coming out with another capital ship, right? So we may have 5 teams and then 2, so this could all be part of that timing.
This could be part of the thing with capital ships. If they give us 5 capital ships, now it's 3v2. I could see that actually winning.
Yeah.
You know, you could say, all right, I can always 1v1 one of them, and then I could 2v1 the other.
Right. So that's how... Go ahead.
Now you need to wrap this up. I need to go do Battlefront.
Okay. You want to go ahead and start that? We have a few more questions that we'll just...
I can't
because... Rapid fire questions?
No, you can do your stream. Switch the little drop down to upcoming streams, and you'll be able to see your Battlefront stream.
I know I did because I set it up, you dillhole.
No, but if you...
But he's asking, can we have dual streams?
Yeah, you can have 2 streams going at the same time.
We have the separate keys?
Yeah, this is on mine. You have yours.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. That's why I said I was going to stream this one, because if it goes a little bit long, you can still start your Battlefront. And we can actually stream the audio on both of them, so it doesn't really matter.
So we have 2 streams. 2 streams. Whatever you do, don't cross the stream.
Oh god, they're crossing, Grande. They're crossing.
Whatever you do, don't cross the stream. Well, it's okay with 6 of us in one hotel room in Florida. We might be crossing the stream.
There's not going to be 6 of us in the same hotel, but not the same hotel room.
Yeah, Grande, you better not come knock on my door saying we want to play swords. I will punch you in the face.
God. Okay. You know that's gonna happen. God damn. Okay. Next.
Now it has to happen.
Yeah, now it kind of does.
I have a sword with me. I'm gonna like bring out my lightsaber, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Ranger, you want to play swords?" Like that's my lightsaber that Loki built me with me. Be perfect.
Now.
All right. Next question. Shills goes. Question for the next shoutouts next Wednesday. Can Ranger do some of his impressions?
Yeah,
we always do the impressions.
Yeah, sure. Most of the time he does that.
Yeah. I think we just had Grande read it because he hadn't read it in a long time. So we had Grande
read it. I probably hadn't read it in 3 months, man.
Yeah, because you've been busy with the move and stuff.
Oh my gosh, this is finally... I think I'm on my last time driving, 8 hours one way. So this may be my last trip out here for a while, which will be good.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up and then we can start the Battlefront stream.
All right. And I just on the stream, I switched to the Grand Arena Mega Thread, and it just has some basic information that was in the other one. And so the CG Crumb started a post, and it had just the information about the road ahead, and so they put that in there. So that's pretty much it. And this will be the place where you can get all the information moving forward as they release it.
And I will be positive.
Darth Tallywack, my knacker. Question: Ranger wants to get matching Eeyore speared.
Huh?
Like Eeyore tails. Ranger does need an Eeyore tail right now, but hey, at least he's trying to be positive.
I'm trying
to be
positive.
No, I think this is something else. I don't know if it's a typo or not. It says Ranger want to get matching Eeyore spear to or sitting next to the swgoh header tattoos. Is it EOR something? I'm missing something.
I thought it was Eeyore.
It's capital EOR.
So okay, so an Eeyore swgoh tattoo. I could.
Eeyore, the character is EEYORE. It's not Eeyore from Pooh. I'm assuming.
Typo.
I think it may be a typo. Darth Tallywack, my knacker is there. You can just tell me if I'm missing something. I feel like I might be misinterpreting it, or there's a typo or something because I'm not understanding the question. Corey Dalmeyer, question: since I've slacked on ships so much and most of my GP is in characters, that's going to be good for me, right? It didn't say anything about ship battles. It's a territory war, so there should be ships.
Probably.
So
it's territory wars, so.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, right? We have 6 zones and 2 zones. So you can pretty much. So it means it's 1 to 4. You can pretty much say mini TW might be in the same ratio.
Mini TW.
One quarter. It's like a mini me. It's like mini-me.
Hey, Grande, knock knock.
He did mean Eeyore from Pooh. Okay, so
Yeah.
Eeyore from Pooh is Eeyore. Why are you talking like Grande?
Doesn't matter how he spells it. Number
Look,
2.
here's the thing. Grande interpreted it correctly.
Oh my God.
Grande interpreted it correctly. Booyah. And I'm not even reading it. That's my mental capacity right there.
I'm not.
Hey, Grande, knock knock.
Oh my God.
Who's there?
Shh.
Shh. What? Who?
No, just shh. I got a whole bag of shh for you.
Who?
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a little story about a man named Shh.
Okay.
Before you even
Tell me the
begin,
story.
Grande, that's a preemptive shh.
Oh.
Okay, so his question was then, Ranger, do you want to get matching Eeyore, speared to, or sitting next to the swgoh header tattoo?
No.
I knew it was that.
Okay, Grande.
Dang.
If there's something typed wrong, Grande knows how to interpret it.
Give Grande a cookie. Jesus, I'll turn this goddamn car around. I swear.
Okay, Corey Dalmeyer. Okay, so we did Corey Dalmeyer. Kashmir question: do you think the rewards for winning will be the same? I.e., winner with 1 million GP will get the same prize as the winner of 3 million GP.
I don't know.
Of course, it'll be something incredibly
Really?
similar to that. That's what I think. Yeah.
I think it's going to be scaled based on your GP.
It
Just
will
like
be scaled,
Territory
but
Wars.
It will be scaled, but at some point, I mean, look at it. 120 million gets this. 120 million divided by 50, right? What is that per player? 325. That means every player over 325 gets the same as a player that has 5 million GP.
Well, yes, but we've also commented that they need to increase the tiering of the rewards, right, in Territory Wars.
We have.
But this one is saying 1 million to 3 million, right? So where would kind of be the different cutoffs that we could see with it? Because I can see the cutoffs being like 1.5 million and 3 million being like the two cutoff points.
Take all of the rewards that you see in regular TW and divide the GPs by 50, and it's going to be the same rank.
The reason why I'm not going that way is because I think that they want to update the Territory Wars. I think the Territory War ones are outdated, so I don't think they should use that as a reference. Not for the exact numbers. Now, for the overall kind of tiering system, that's fine, but I think they need to adjust the values. That's why I'm thinking like it's going to be somewhere around 1 million and maybe 3 million as the two separation points for maybe the gear levels. They might have multiple separations, but I don't think a player that wins their entire arena at 1 million GP is going to get the same rewards as somebody that wins their bracket at 3 million GP. I think somewhere in between there might be one or maybe two separations to give different tiers.
There's probably going to be there's going to be a ton of separations. Well, here's the deal. You already have to be 1 million GP to probably even participate, right?
Maybe.
Or 500,000 GP, right? Because you have to have 25 million GP to participate in TW to begin with for a guild of 50.
You don't need 25 million. You need 25 people. I don't think there's... No, you needed a minimum of 25 people.
Okay.
God.
Here we go. Anyway, we're cutting into Ranger's time.
No, he's playing.
No, I'm not. I'm waiting.
Oh, go ahead and start your stream and start playing. We'll just keep the audio going for both.
I set the time for 8:15 so we can wrap up. You boy.
Okay. So, okay. So
8:15. It's only 7:08. I don't know. You got an hour.
Oh my God, Ranger.
You know,
you're not going to be able to deal with him. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. You're staying happy today. You're staying happy.
I try to do the right.
All right. Ibong Hard has a question for you, Ranger.
Is Ranger J 1999 gonna have to choke a bitch? I mean, I try to stay calm.
Ibong Hard question for Ranger: can he add an Australian accent to his list of impersonations?
You can do it.
Of course, I do have an Australian accent I can do. So, oh god,
we will get that going. You can do it on your Battlefront stream. Ranger's going to be streaming Battlefront 2 after this, so you guys can join.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Battlefront 2. I'm Ranger J 1999, and we're going to be sticking a thumb up people's asses.
You should stream the entire stream like that. And someone's like,
you sound like Russell Crowe.
a brand new viewer comes in and they're like, "Oh, I thought he was British."
No, you sounded like Russell Crowe. Come on, Tugger, let's go punch somebody in the face.
I like to fight.
Fighting around the world. Okay,
Well-
Darth Tallywhacker question. Finn, what is free on computer? We were talking about Heroes of the Storm. It's a Battle.net game. It is free. It's a mobile game. The purchases you can make are kind of vanity purchases. There's some cool stuff in there. Like you can get some really cool costumes and stuff. So that's essentially how they kind of keep that game going. Dane Kyrell question: are players with super bloated GPs that have all 7-star tunes but lack G12 going to cry every grand arena? Probably.
Yes.
That's what we've
Well, then
mentioned
that's
before.
Grande's
that's
gonna
what
cry
we're
then.
gonna
Grande,
fight tonight.
that's a straight up troll at me because he knows how many G11s I have
Oh, I
versus
like to
G12.
fight.
I don't think G11 versus G12 is going to make as big a difference as mods, to be honest. I think the people that...
it's all gonna be in.
I'm going to assume,
It's
if we go by his
all-
question, right, I'm more concerned about people that have a bunch of, like, Gear 8 sitting around and have bloated GP. Like, they're
Or
going to get
people-
screwed, and that's why we've been cautioning against bloated GP for a while now.
Oh yeah, the bloated GP guys like that or guys that don't have good mods are
Mhm.
gonna be screwed.
Yeah. John Moran question, did Grande just get a new nickname, the Big Deal Sword Fighter?
Awful.
Stama
I bet I
Osbuff.
get a bunch of.
You know,
I bet I get a bunch of nicknames at whenever we're in Florida.
probably, but yeah, by the time we're done with going to the parks and stuff, yeah, that's gonna definitely happen. Stama Osbuff, last question. Original trilogy content was confirmed. Besides C-3PO, who else?
Millennium Falcon
Oh.
ship.
Millennium
Millennium
Falcon's a
Falcon.
ship.
Jedi Luke.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
Luke.
I think that's pretty much it. Like, we're running out. I mean, they could
Yep,
introduce,
Nub.
like, a Marky Nen Nub. Yeah.
Neab Nub, right? Neab
I mean-
Nub and Porkins.
Oh,
We're good to
God.
go.
What if they introduce Nen Nub and Lando and then give them a Millennium Falcon?
Oh God.
Nib Nub. Nib Nub.
They could introduce... Actually, speaking of which, they could introduce more Ewoks. They could introduce
Alright,
enough to
yeah.
make 2 groups of Ewoks as well. That would be original trilogy, because they were there.
All right, Finn. So we can get out of here. So why don't you sing the Nub Nub song?
Oh, God. Okay, no, I'm just going to end.
Last question. Are we all done with all the
That was the last question. Let me just double check
Yes.
that nothing
Alright,
just
good.
came in, but that should have been the last question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Let's-
thank you all for
Nub.
joining.
the Nub Nub.
I hope you guys had fun. We looked at the road ahead, and there are some good, some bad. Mostly, it's a lot of caution to make sure that they roll this out properly. Obviously, execution is going to be one of the biggest things. Most of this, again, you can spend time on it if you want, if you're competitive. If you're not, then you can just kind of take it as free rewards. But in the end, we all want to make sure that whatever they put out is a good quality. So we hope that they execute this
Yeah.
properly. And we're obviously worried about potential of cheating and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that kind of stuff can be kept to a minimum. That being said, read the post by CG Carey if you guys haven't already, and just kind of form your own opinion. Try to keep an open mind about it. We will, as we get more information, we will report that for you as well, whether it's a kind of impromptu stream like this one or whether it's the Wednesday night streams, so which we do at 8 p.m. every Wednesday. So, and I'm sure there's going to be questions tomorrow on Jedi Academy at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you guys have more questions, definitely hop on, send your questions into Jedi Academy. We'll have a great group of people that will be able to answer questions for you. So, with that being said, for myself, Grande, Ranger, and Loki, who had to drop early, thank you very much, guys, for joining, and we will see you next time.